Now, I call upon Dr. T.C. Subbulakshmi for a welcome address.
Hello. Good morning. Okay. Second, I call you. Say, excuse me. Somebody speaking. I'm not able to hear anything. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I'm not able to hear anything. Is somebody speaking?
1 second, ma'am. 1 second.
Yeah, okay.
Fine morning to one all present here. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. Myself, T.C. Subbulakshmi from the Department of IT FXCC. With the entire proceedings of the meeting submitted to Lord Almighty, I deem it a privilege and it's my pleasure to welcome you all most cordially to this program. We are here to charge ourselves to learn, inspire, and walk into the path of building entrepreneurial ecosystem in campus. So it's a time to chill, to cheer, to shine, and to inspire, and to be inspired. Amidst this, we have such an inspiring personality, Dr. Rosie Fernando, ma'am, entrepreneurship specialist, founder and CEO, Startup Solutions. She is a certified corporate trainer, entrepreneurship educator, and business mentor. She is passionate in motivating and developing young minds and women to become successful entrepreneurs with ethical values. We are fortunate to have her with us today as a chief guest. We extend an affordable and heartfelt welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
My warm welcome to Dr. Pila Ludus Rubala sir, Professor, Entrepreneurship Development Cell, who has been leading all the PDC activities in the campus. Welcome you, sir. At this outset, a warm welcome to Professor Prince Devras, HOD IT, for facilitating and supporting us in organizing this program. My heartfelt welcome to all the faculty members of FXCC who have joined here to get great inspiration from our chief guest. Students, yes, dear students, you are the gifts of God, precious pearls of the society, and building blocks of a strong nation. The institution and its manifold activities revolves around you. So your achievements, your innovations, and all your efforts bring success both to you, to your family, and to the institution and to the society. So welcome, guys. And finally, let's reach high for stars that lie hidden in our soul. Dream big for every dream that leads a goal. So I wish you all have a lot of takeaway from this motivational speaker of the day. I deem it a privilege to propose this vote of welcome address on this occasion. And thanks for the opportunity given to me. And have a great day. Thank you, one and all. Let's get inspired with the great talk from the motivational speaker, CP Rosie Fernando, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So now I call upon Dr. Luthus Pubalandrayan, sir, EDC Professor of Francis Xavier Engineering College, for giving an introductory remarks.
Dear friends, pleasant day to every one of you. So this program is organized by Entrepreneurship Development Cell of the Department of Information Technology. At the outset, on behalf of the Entrepreneurship Development Cell, being the Director of Entrepreneurship Development Cell, I thank the HOD, Mr. Prince Devaraj, then Dr. Subbulakshmi, who took all the initiatives to organize this program, and ably aided by, assisted by Mrs. Puranam, EDC coordinator of the Department of Information Technology. Dear friends, as we are all in the pandemic situation, we are organizing this program through online. Though this is a negative environment, we need to explore the opportunities we are having, even in this negative environment. That is what we need to do as a prospective entrepreneur, budding entrepreneurs. Even this a new opportunity, experiencing a lot of that should be your role, being a technocrat. Dear students, amidst us, we have a well-known personality in the field of entrepreneurship. Definitely, she can throw a lot of light, and she can motivate you positively. Definitely, I am sure after this webinar, most of you will think about entrepreneurship. Dear friends, if you are having any doubt, feel free. Make this session as an interactive session so that you can gain more. Say, it should not be a lecturing hour, just like any other classroom. All right, make it as a discussion hour. All right, clarify whatever you want. Definitely, you'll have a lot of new insights after hearing the lecture by Rosie Fernando. I am sure about that. Therefore, it is up to you to make use of this program effectively and productively. Thank you for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your remarks. Now, I would like to invite Mrs. Esco, now, the EDC Coordinator, Assistant Professor of Information Technology, to give the introduction of the chief guest. Over to you, madam.
Popular motivational speaker, regularly address leading industry and trade association, business schools, engineering colleges, and corporate conventions and events. Indo-Russian Academy for Training and Development certified corporate trainer and a Stanford University certified entrepreneurship educator, business mentor, and an NEN master trainer. Dr. Rosie Fanata is the recipient of the Malala Award for her extensive service to the society instituted by the Society for Rights of All Women with Disabilities. So transforming lives for a better future, network, dedication, and integrity is Rosie's Madam Credo. Rosie Madam passionate in motivating and developing young minds and women to become successful entrepreneurs with ethical values. Ma'am received Best Teacher Award instituted by Lionsgate. She received Best Faculty Advisor Student in a Free Enterprise by Sintel. She have Best Consulting Service Award by KCG College of Technology. So now the session is over to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. A very good morning to one and all present here. I find a lot of teachers and professors and students, the most important people for whom this entire session is focused around. I thank Dr. Lowards and Dr. Subbalakshmi and Head of Department of Information. My voice is audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
madam.
I want one or two people to be on the screen so that, it gives me a motivation to have a conversation, because otherwise looking at only the empty screen is going to be very difficult. It can also be students if teachers are going to be occupied with something else, but I want one or two people to be on screen. Thank you so much for the confidence pledged on me and for the nice introduction given and for a nice morning. Though it is the environment is not very conducive, we have been very, very optimistic, and we've been challenging the challenge by using the platform available. And this is all about being entrepreneurial, to put in the nutshell. How even during a challenging period, how are we overcoming it and continuing to face realities with all the available resources and making ourselves resourceful. Very correctly, you are all creative people. So how do these creative people continue to put their creativity into action? By being entrepreneurs, okay? By being entrepreneurs, adopting something which is different from the herd mentality. When we talk about herd mentality, am I going to prepare myself for a job where I'm going to have arts and science students also coming, engineering college students also coming, diploma students also coming. And today we have the National Skills Development, which is bringing in a lot of people who have not had the advantage of education, but who are skilled to compete with us in par with the holders of post-graduation, doctorate, and degrees. So this is the kind of competition that we are facing. So in this very competitive environment, how are we going to be different? So standing on the crossroad, when you are finishing your final year of graduation or with your post-graduation as engineering students, standing on the crossroad, you need to have your choice. There are two paths that you can take. One is a very safe path, that is employment. And another is a path which is like exploring the desert, exploring into a forest, exploring, diving through a sea where you have not dived before. You do not know where the rocks are. You do not know where the hole is. You do not know the depth, but yet you want to explore. Now that path, which is less traveled, okay, or remains untraveled, unexplored, is the other one, which is going to give you an opportunity, which if you choose and if you desire to achieve, you can explore and achieve to great heights faster than what it is to go through a path which is already known, where many people are going to travel with. So how do I make a difference? And can I make the difference when I'm on campus? When I'm a student in an entrepreneurial ecosystem on campus, what is it that I require? Is it that I require a great idea? Is it that I require money to start? What is it that I require? First three things and knowledge. I'm sure, my dear students, all of you are in this campus for education. If I can ask you a question, and even Dr. Researchers are there, and I am also there. Okay, so don't worry about all that. Can I just have answers from the audience? What, according to you, is education? Fast, we have only 1.5 hours. So we have to make the best out of this 1.5 hours. What, according to you, is education?
Some knowledge for earning, for basic earning,
Okay.
become an employee.
Acquiring knowledge for a basic earning. So what do you mean by this basic earning? How do you define this basic earning, my dear child? Is it Kareem?
Karen, ma'am.
Karen. Okay. Karen, tell me, what do you mean by this basic earning?
Normal humans' desire would be to be an employee in an IT company or somewhere.
Okay.
So
Because you're an
that
information technology student, is it?
no, ma'am, MBA, ma'am.
Oh, you're doing your MBA. Wonderful. Okay. So the desire is to work in an IT company. Okay, fine.
Or some organizations.
Okay. So what will be the basic expectation in terms of numbers, salary?
The average pay will be around some 20 to 30K.
Okay, 20 to 30,000. Okay. You think as a student you'll be able to earn this 20 to 30,000?
Not at the early stages, ma'am, but as we go on, we will get our increments and promotions.
No.
Based on that,
I'm asking you a question. As a student on campus, do you think it's possible to earn this 20, 30,000 rupees?
I think it's possible, ma'am.
Wow, wonderful. I like the answer. Karen says it's possible. Wonderful. Now, I will ask you another question. Why did we not make it possible? Why did we not make it possible? So does it mean that Karen is earning at about around 20,000 rupees now? Hello? Karen?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you earning 20,000 rupees now?
No, ma'am.
Why? You said it's possible. Then why not?
Possible, but possible, I said, in the sense of having an extra skill, not with this MBA. I could earn with an MBA degree, but since I'm pursuing my graduation, I should have some more extra skills so
what
that I
it?
could play.
Okay,
so
fine. Thank you. So thank you, Karen. You put that answer very right. I need extra skills, but I can earn 20,000 rupees. I like that confidence. This is the called attitude. I can earn. I need extra skills. I know all that. So what should I do? Can I hear it from somebody else? What should I do? What should I do? Come on. No right answer, wrong answer. Please come up with answers. It's a very nice beginning. I didn't expect the students to speak so boldly and confidently. But I'm very happy with the beginning. So I want some more voices to be heard. Yes?
We have to develop our skills.
Develop our skills. What kind of skills? Which department are you, Ruskin?
From MBA.
Oh, a lot of MBA students. Wonderful. It's very interesting. I thought it is going to be information technology students more dominating in today's session. It's nice. Okay. Tell me, what kind of skills do you require?
Communication skills.
Fine. Okay. Okay.
Mm,
Okay. What kind? Now, I asked a question, and on campus, do you think now when you are a student, you will be able to earn this kind of money? If I have to earn this kind of money, even as a student, what kind of activities do you think you can do?
mm,
Come on, fast.
We can start a small business.
Yes, we can start a small business. Can you give an example of a business?
A small cafe inside our campus or something.
Small cafe inside our campus. Okay. Does anybody run a cafe inside your campus?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So what has stopped us? What has stopped us? What has stopped? Yes.
Ma'am, we have only decided to get a job, but not do business.
We only have a desire to get a job.
Job.
So I get the answer very clearly from Ruskin. Karen said, it's possible. And Ruskin says, but we had only the desire to get a job. Right? Yeah. We have only the desire to get a job. Absolutely right. So what do you think is attitude? What Ruskin said is an attitude. I have to get a job, that's all. So let me finish my MBA and then apply for a job. Even now I can do a job. As I'm doing my MBA, I can do a job, a part-time job. And the part-time job can be working for an organization and trying to understand. If I'm specializing in marketing, if I'm specializing in accounting as an MBA student, if I'm specializing in HR, going and working in that department might educate me that it's not very interesting. So this is not my cup of tea. How do I find something else? So maybe you will not do it after you finish your MBA and spend another 1 year to understand that this is not very interesting for me. We might as well understand when we are a student. But today our focus is in building entrepreneurial ecosystem. Nothing stops us. A group of MBA students, attitude, move away, shift from the very cozy position of coming to college, learning, and then just moving away. You know, the attitude, a positive mental attitude. The positive mental attitude is, how do I find out what are all my skills? Let me implement it and see. I think I'm not having communication skill, but let me practice it and see. To do all this, can I think, if I decide attitude, I will pay at least my 3rd semester fee by myself and not ask my father to make that payment. Attitude to take that kind of decision. I will not expect my parents to make that payment, but I will make the payment. Remember, my dear students, you have a small village population inside your campus. Minimum 3,000 students, minimum 1,000 students, even if it is not 3,000, leave it away. Minimum 1,000 students, you have a village population. So many departments are there. If I have a positive attitude, if I think I'm not good in English, if I have a positive attitude to practice that, if I take a decision, I will start a small business. As Ruskin said, maybe I can start a cafe. You might be having a canteen. Go and explore. MBA teaches you to do research. Go and explore. What is available in the canteen? What is it that is not available in the canteen? My attitude should be, I'm not only going for education for the sake of learning something, but also to develop my skills. You only said that I need extra skills. Now, what can that skill be? So, education, you're getting academic orientation. My attitude is, I'm going to not only carry marks and go, but I'm also going to build my skills. When through education, you get knowledge in the subject of marketing, in the subject of accounting, in the subject of whatever discipline you are. The two students who spoke are from MBA. There might be engineering students, might be from mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, information technology. You know, you are learning cloud computing. You are learning so many things. You are good at Excel. You are good at tally accounting. You're using a lot of softwares like SPSS and ARC. You know how to interpret a balance sheet. You've learned auditing. You've learned vouching. You've learned legal laws. It's knowledge. Now, I'm going to apply all this learned knowledge, putting it into action. I'm going and working in a small supermarket, doing their tally accounting, using the software. So what I learned, I'm applying and seeing. Application. I'm going to my college administration office and I'm asking them, can I come here every day for 1 hour and work on the accounting software? What I'm learning, I'm applying and seeing. Okay. So what happens? It becomes a skill. The knowledge has got converted into a skill. So anybody asks you to work on that software, it becomes easy for you. Maybe in the first semester, whatever you have learned, it's not the textual learning. It's not necessary that what the college is providing alone you have to learn. Attitude. Find out what can I ask my professors to offer me more. And with all this application, it depends on what is your choice. What is your choice? Now, I'm just going to connect it to entrepreneurship. I told you a college has students and the population is like a small village population. Your customers are already there. You now only have to convert them to your consumer. Okay, they're all your customers. But can I make them my consumer? Because they're all prospective. They're all prospective customers. My teachers are my customers. Non-teaching staff are my customers. Students are my customers. Students' friends might become my customers. So there's a lot of opportunity there. And you have in and around your college a community outside. They can also become your customers. They are also your prospective customers. They can also become your consumers. There's a difference between a customer and a consumer. They're all your prospective customers. Now, how do I? My attitude. My college gets over by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Okay. Can I think of starting a small business inside the campus? And if I'm going to have a hostel in college, it adds even more value. Same example what Ruskin told, starting a cafe. Today you have variety of coffee, variety of tea. You said skill. You must have away that attitude. Shift your attitude. Shamelessly do certain things. Go there, work in that tea stall, getting permission to learn how to prepare right tea. If your mom knows how to prepare right tea, ask her, learn from her. Start with preparing ginger tea. And today we are talking about everything which is very, very herbal. It can be tea, it can be soup, it can be anything. Start a cafe. It can also be healthy food, healthy grains, healthy millets. Okay. So you start a cafe with 2 or 3 people in your college, maybe from your own department. You're identifying like-minded people. 3 of you join together and you're investing a very small amount of money. If the college is very interested, maybe the Entrepreneurship Development Cell of the college might say, okay, we will fund you. So now, you are going to learn how you're going to write a proposal and present it before. Can I use? Because today you know that's all. See, entrepreneurship is all about interconnecting. And you are lucky you are on campus with different disciplines in the same college. Because when you want to become an entrepreneur, when you leave the campus and go, you have to look out for people to get connected with. What are you going to do here? Maybe civil engineering students are there. Mechanical engineering students are there. Ask them, can we are also contributing to something towards solid waste management. Lot of bottles get accumulated. Yeah, water bottles. Can we come up with an activity where we are going to collect all these water bottles and we are going to create a kiosk using this plastic bottle? Is it possible? Is it possible by students? Can we have a campaign day? We're going to ask all the students, whoever is contributing water bottle, entrepreneur, that is where because an entrepreneur is a person who thinks, bring it from there and set up a kiosk by doing the furbishing with all my engineering students who are there. Can I rework on that, creating a kiosk, a space? Everything is innovative and different. What is innovation? Innovation, you're not coming up with something new. Something is already there I'm putting it to a different use and I'm creating value for it. A container is getting discarded. A car is getting discarded. It is no more of use. You go to your transportation department, you will find a lot of buses which is not used. A lot of vans which is not used. Can I speak to the concerned person and bring that van income which is of no more use, but convert it into a space where students can come in and sit down and have coffee, tea, soup, whatever you want to sell inside your campus. Possible or not possible? Only thing depends upon whether you have a desire to do it. And it is possible when 5 and 10 people sit and brainstorm. 10 of you sitting together, 15 of you sitting together, 20 of you sitting together, sitting in different groups of 4 and 5, brainstorming and coming up with one idea. Okay, we will start this business. Okay, so change your attitude. I'm not coming to college only to study what is in the textbook. I know that I require additional skills. Can I go with skill? And today, believe me, even if you want to become an employee in an organization, the employer is looking for people who are entrepreneurial. No employer wants a person who's going to say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. No. Employer wants you to question him. Employer wants you to doubt the decision that the employer is giving you and ask him, can we do it this way? So they want you to ask a lot of questions. So ask a lot of questions. What do I do when I'm in college? I want to be different. In my 70 students in my classroom, I want to be different. Or 3 of you in your classroom want to be different. Identify. I'm taking one example. You can do anything. You can run a stationery store. You don't have to do rocket science business. If you are mechanical group of mechanical or automobile engineering students on campus, can a group of you join together and start a mechanic shop? Because I'm sure there are 100 professors in your college and 100 professors, even if you're not coming by 4-wheeler, at least a 2-wheeler, and I'm sure the college has college buses. Can we do the mechanic services, starting a garage inside your campus and apply all your automobile engineering skills into it? If you do not have automobile engineering, but there is a close by engineering college which is having automobile engineering, see whether those students you can, because we are living in a world of connectivity. Don't look at yourself like an island. Synergize with strengths which are available in and around, external and internal. First, look at the internal resources. If you're not having the internal resources, look at the external resources. But there might be students, even from mechanical engineering, who are saying, I'm ready to work in a mechanic shop. And what do you require? Just go and work for a few days in a mechanic shop. That's all. And apply what you have learned and put together things. I'm just giving you examples of what all you could do. Don't think immediately in this 3 years I'm going to develop when you go out. If you are good at it, yes, do. Information technology. Can I do something in cloud computing? Can I convert everything digital for my college? From attendance to everything, can I make it digital? Yeah. Can I make everything automation? Mark entry to communication to parents to fee payment to everything. Can I make it automated? Why do we have to take the services from outside? Why don't we create an internal one? When you start working like that, now you have become a creator of your own. You are involved in creating something on your own with a group of people under the guidance of your professors also. So you have somebody, when you go wrong, you have somebody to fall back. And the college is connected with a lot of experts outside. They'll immediately connect you with people for mentoring and handholding. So my dear students, shift the attitude from I'm coming to college to equip myself with subject knowledge. I'm coming to college to equip myself with a lot of skills so that I start with a career where I decide what is going to be the remuneration that I need to earn. The employer should not decide for you. You should decide. whether you're going to fit yourself into start with 30,000 rupees, or whether you're going to start with 50,000 rupees, or whether you're going to start only with 15,000 rupees. Choice is yours. If I go with a lot of skills, how can my employer fit in me for 15,000 rupees when he knows very well that I'm equipped, even though I'm a fresher? Because your resume is speaking so much. You started a business and you failed. You started a business and you became successful. You started a business inside when you were in campus. You did not waste your time. So what are you communicating? The moment you say I started a business when I was on campus, I'm communicating that I was not idle to the employer. I'm communicating that I was not wasting my time watching television. I was not wasting my time unnecessarily gossiping or whatever, or sleeping, idling away the time. Shift your attitude. Shift your attitude to decide that you will be able to negotiate. Even if you're going as an employee, it doesn't matter. When we teach entrepreneurship, at the end of the day, it is not that we want you all to become entrepreneurs immediately. Build in all the skills. If you become an entrepreneur, that means the fire in the belly was so strong, and you kept on feeding it, that now the feeding has made you sufficiently informed that you do not want to become an employee, but only be an employer. So when you go out, you're going to go out with your visiting card. To that extent, your ED cell will be able to support you, provided there are sharks waiting to take the prey, whatever is being provided in the college. When you say start a business, it doesn't mean that you're equipped with all the skills, but by starting with a small investment, you do it by experiential learning. That is how to prepare tea, for example. You have to learn to prepare tea and then come and start a stall. And now you know only one kind of tea. Say, for example, ordinary tea. Now somebody is coming and asking, can you give me ginger tea? Now you are innovating. Why only ginger? Can I give hibiscus? Can I add neem? Okay. So you are going on creating a lot of variations. That is your choice. So you keep on developing. You're trying to innovate new decoctions and seeing how this is going to be useful. And maybe you will become very innovative in a space where it is healthy herbal tea, which is organic and which everybody is talking about today. So maybe you will go and sit with a psychologist and talk to him to find out students want to concentrate. So what kind of, then you sit with a nutritionist and identify what kind of natural intake will create that concentration. Maybe you'll add that into your tea and see whether the flavor and taste is good, and also giving you an end result. My dear students, it is here you have a lot of time and space to explore and see. I'm using the same example. Like this, you think of any number of small businesses. Do a small survey and see what is that the students are expecting in Tirunelveli, which is not available for them. Can I start something like that inside the campus with the support of my teachers and the institution to explore and see the entrepreneurial opportunity? So what happens when I'm starting a small kiosk, just investing 10,000 rupees. Okay, or 15,000 rupees, 3 students. So now you are creating 3 people joining together. It can become like a partnership firm. Like a partnership firm. You can see what is partnership. Even create a partnership deed, dummy partnership deed, which has all your 3 You're learning, you're learning Photoshop, you're learning so many other related things in technology, but design on that. I do it very innovatively. I know how to work using Canva. It's a software. Okay, it's available resource. Can I go and talk to my professors and ask them, can I prepare the PPT for you? Because they don't have time. And charge them on, initially, I need to prove to them that I am capable of doing. Can I do it initially for free and then start pricing it for a small value? I'm doing it very innovatively. Today we are talking about animation. I'm a computer student, but I'm learning animation outside. I have a lab where there is 3D modeling happening. Can I use the 3D modeling skill? Can I do it? Can I work on it and see? And can I take some, can I tie up with organizations outside and start with a jewelry organization, etc.? Can I do the 3D modeling? Experimentancy. This is where knowledge is getting converted into a skill. My dear students, are you understanding? Yes? Can I hear from y'all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
You think it's possible?
Possible.
Yeah, possible. What kind of business is possible? Bevan? What kind of business is possible? Give me one more example of a business.
Starting as a bike service inside a college campus.
Yeah, starting a bike service inside the college. Yeah, yes. And then, I don't know, Trinelveli must have advanced now with a lot of apartments coming up. If the apartments are coming up, I'm sure you can go and do that service today, even in every apartment. And develop all your skills sufficiently enough that when you are leaving out from the institution, you'll be able to set up a similar business also, and also go for work. Your business is happening on one side, and you're also going for work initially, and your business is growing and growing. You're not having sufficient time to manage both. The revenue from your business is also flowing in, which you realize that is more than the income that you're earning. Believe me, it will happen. Trust. It's the confidence building. So now, whether I have to do this business or not, you don't have to wait. Start now. Build your customers. Commit mistakes initially. Rectify all those mistakes to become better. Time is given for you, so that you will be able to achieve. Students, are you understanding what I'm saying? Okay. So what happens when I start a business? Say, let's take the example of a cafe. I'm starting a cafe. When I start a cafe, I need to know where I have to source my raw material. I'm learning how to source my raw material. Whether it is tea or whether it is milk or what it is. And I get to understand how long the milk is in a milk form without getting curdled. If it is getting curdled, how much of loss I'm sustaining. What are all the problems that I have to face? How much of sugar? How do I store that sugar? How do I communicate to my students? I prepare an advertisement. What are all the mechanisms I'm going to use for advertising? Am I going to use the college open system, mic system, and communicate? Am I going to go to each of the departments and talk to the students? Am I going to have interns working for my in my kiosk to go and do the publicity? Am I creating publicity communications? Am I going to include offers? Everything becomes an experience just with one idea of starting a cafe. Am I going to take orders through WhatsApp till my business picks up, that I'm going to prepare, I'm going to develop an app? Okay. So there are different things that you will be able to do. So you identify the raw material that you're going to use. One person gets, and out of the three of you, one starts deciding that I will take the operations, another is going to take the finance management, another is going to take the human resource management and the marketing. So here you're deciding who is going to perform what. And when you're in college, you have a lot of students who will be willing to work as interns for you. This is the advantage. Okay. And you're going to communicate, develop your communication skill. People are asking, why not this, why that? Why can't you provide me with this? So you're starting to understand consumer behavior, consumer pattern. You're talking with your supplier, negotiation skills. You're talking with your student, your teacher, your consumers, communication skill, negotiation skill is developing. I have to open the kiosk morning at 7 o'clock. Time management you're learning. Okay. So there's a lot, and in the process you're finding your preparation of coffee and tea and whatever it is, there are people who are asking for something else. More than that, along with coffee, they want biscuits. So your store is enlarging with more products. You're adding products. You're not stopping with that. You're learning accounting. You have a book where you are maintaining accounts in terms of what you purchased, what you sold, what is the profit you made. You're able to make an analysis. Whatever you learned as journal entries, you're able to see that being applied over there. You're connecting with a lot of vendors. So you're learning vendor management. So all what you learn, you will be able to apply and see in one small activity, whether it is a cafe, stationery store, mechanic's shop, or whatever it is. When you start small like this, I had students who started with small businesses when they were on campus. Today, they are all doing huge business where the turnover is in crores, multiples of crores. They're doing global business today. Don't think there's not going to be much learning in a cafe. There's going to be huge amount of learning in a cafe. You learn logistics. You learn supply chain management. You learn marketing. You learn finance. You learn consumer behavior. Everything, whatever you have learned, when you apply and see the theory that you've learned, when it is applied, the experience and knowledge that you acquire is going to be huge. Just imagine with this knowledge, if only you are going to go. And with this 3 years, it's a campus company. You start it and maybe you will hand it over to your juniors and go. And you will go outside and decide, am I going to start something similar, even in a cafe? Am I going to do something like Chai King with another brand? So you would have learned branding here because you would have given a name for your cafe. You would have done a logo. You would have propagated that brand. So everything in a business you have learned. And alongside, you are going to have, through your ED cell, something offered called Entrepreneurship Training programs. So they will be teaching you, okay, everything which is required for business, from your accounting, from your marketing, from your idea generation. Now, all this will be happening. And there'll be a lot of people with whom you are getting connected, my dear students. So see that you connect with your ED cell, participate with your ED cell, conduct a number of activities. It can also be a lecture series. It can only be a pitching activity. I said cafe because you gave an example of cafe. Just have one day, one activity. And what can that activity be? One day business, just one day business. Just do one day business and see. Okay. I used to give one day business and it was covered by Junior Vigadan those days in 1999. Covered by Junior Vigadan. Students start with an investment of, okay, just 500 rupees. And by the end of the day, they come back with a revenue of nothing less than 6,000 rupees. Revenue of nothing less than 6,000 rupees. So it's all possible. So now this can happen only when you are going to try. So throw away the safe morning 9 o'clock to evening 4 o'clock. I will come sit inside the classroom and go. No. What more will I do? How will I get involved in making this Entrepreneurship Development Cell activities aware to many people? Okay. So conduct a lot of events. The ED cell will be conducting a lot of events. So try to participate in all those events. And you take new ideas and go and talk to them. Have a pitching day. What is pitching? You'll be giving about what are all the businesses that you'll be able to start on campus. And ask your teachers to make investment for a good idea. Dummy money. So this becomes an experience for you, whether your idea was really interesting and whether it was accepted by people. Right? So whatever be the skills that you are acquiring can be converted into a business on campus. Run several different kinds of businesses on campus to understand whether it is possible or not. Maybe a group of girls and group of boys joining together. You can have a business called Cut Vegetables. Take a research. Find out how many teachers where both husband and wife are employed. First, that's what I'm saying. You have a village inside your campus and you already have customers inside your campus. Now you have to convert them into consumers. Even when you go outside and start a business, you'll have to find out customers. But here you are you're given already a set of customers. So it's easy to penetrate into the minds of the customer. Find out from your teachers, how many out of 300 teachers or 150 teachers, how many ever professors are there in your college and additional staff who are there, administrative staff who are there. Find out how many of them are both husband and wife employed. And you might find women teachers, yes, they'll be very happy if you're going to give cut vegetables that they're going to carry home and go. Pack it neatly and give. And when it becomes occasions, India is a country rich in culture. Every month we have some festival or the other. Some worship for God, both Hindus, Christians, Muslims, everyone. And for those, especially for Hindus, for that particular occasion, there is a set of vegetables that they use. Can I provide accordingly? Whatever is required. Can I understand? Can I go and get it from? See, when you're doing small businesses, you are also doing something in return for the society. Maybe you will identify the farmer who's cultivating and tie up with them, so that you are able to give it at a very, very effective cost. You are able to buy his produce directly. Now your research is happening. What are all that which is being cultivated in Tirunelveli? Pottery is very popular in Tirunelveli. Can I find a student through the hub which is operating in Chennai, in so many parts of Tamil Nadu? Can I find a student who will be interested in selling this pottery, this clay ware? which can be moved from Tirunelveli to Chennai, which can be moved from Tirunelveli to Coimbatore, and different paths. I'm just giving you an example. To move out, not only campus business, in the campus can become your head office for registration purpose. You have an office there to take all the receive communication and operate. It's an operation space, but I'm doing it for people from outside. Can I connect with students from other engineering colleges in other parts of Tamil Nadu? Why Tamil Nadu? Other parts of India. Can I do value addition? I have very artistic students in college. Conduct one event, drawing competition, painting competition. Find out who are the best people who can do artistic paint work. Can I give them the clay pottery and ask them to do the painting? Today, logistics is simplified. That's how we manage during this COVID. Today, sitting at home, everything we are buying. Earlier, only food was being delivered. Today, food, I want thread, one color thread. I can just book it on Dunzo and I'm able to get it. Thanks to all these service providers who thought innovatively and started, and who did not sit like that. Swiggy was earlier only for delivering food, but today it is not like that. My dear friends, my dear students, just start thinking out of the box. Okay, thinking out of the box. You have a hostel. Can I do booking services for my students? Can I organize tours for all the departments of my college? Can a group of students take up the tour services? Why I'm telling you all this is, it's all possible inside the campus to experience whether you have the stamina to do business, whether you have the confidence to work on business, whether you like doing business. You can experiment all this and see. All my students who worked in the ED cell, who participated in the activities of the ED cell, were never in a position to go and work under somebody after that. At one point, maybe after 2 years, 3 years, even some of the students who became chartered accountants are no more chartered accountants. There are students who are chartered accountants who cleared it in the first stroke, who are running, who are into the cake business. They have their cake studios because they enjoy it. And their cakes are so different. They studied for chartered accounting, but then developed their skills in cake architecture. And how do they take that interest? From my ED cell, I used to offer skill training. And that skill training, baking and icing and cake architecture was one of the courses. You said, I need more skills. So the girls who went and studied that, even when they became a chartered accountant, okay, even though they became a chartered accountant, even though they were working for big corporate office houses as a chartered accountant, and you know, when you are a chartered accountant, you start with a huge salary, even though you are a fresher. There's no difference of fresher, junior, nothing like that. You start with something which is extraordinarily different because they took an extraordinary path. They were not that ordinary commerce. They were not that ordinary degree holder. They also added value with a professional course. So they were not sitting in the, a safe, cozy cushion. They moved out to challenge. Apart from that, in spite of all that challenge, they didn't find it very interesting to work with numbers. They realized baking and icing and cake architecture was even more interesting. I have a student who's doing that business, and her husband is also a chartered accountant. She's saying, I think shortly, even my husband will join my business now. So my dear friends, you will start understanding what your passion is only when you keep on expanding your skill. Degree, yes. But is that degree giving me a lot of satisfaction? Do I have a singer within me? Bring out that singer. Start releasing albums. Start forming a band. Make that band go global. Nobody can stop you if that is your passion. Today, music is taking different forms and shapes. Create your own music instrument. Nobody is asking you to use the instruments which are today. If you watch in ZTV, there are people who are creating their own instruments which is being presented in some of the programs. Watch programs like that, and if you aspire to become one among that, be different. Shivkera beautifully says, you don't have to do different things, you only have to do things differently. Okay, so lot of opportunities are available, and lot of opportunities can be plunged inside your campus. Every day there must be something different happening inside the campus. And who can do it? Students can do it along with your Entrepreneurship Development Cell. Student coordinators as well as your teachers. Go and talk to them. Can I experience this? Can I have entrepreneurs coming and addressing the students? So that we rectify that failure. You'll understand, why did I fail? I used to have an activity called one day business. Okay. And this one day business, earlier when we started, it was for free. You can come and experiment and go. But then you need to learn the reality of business, right? So what I used to do, if you want to have a coffee shop, you have to pay rent or you have to own your property. Isn't it? You have to pay rent. So the rent in different locations will be of different price. I'm giving you an idea for an activity. You can also initiate that activity on your campus. So what I used to do, where students normally crowd up, in that place, if you want to operate a stall, the cost will be a little higher. Say, for example, there it is going to be 500 rupees per day. In a place where students pass by, but they can stop and buy, but it will not be crowded all the time over there. You don't find, where do you find crowd? If there's going to be a stage, there'll be students grouping up over there. If there's going to be a canteen, their students will be grouping up. If there's going to be a playground, their students will be grouping up, right? So you have to find locations, different locations, and there will be a place where students will not come much, but then I can attract the crowd. But I should take some effort for it. Maybe I'll price it there 100 rupees. Now all this revenue comes to the ED cell. What revenue? This 100 rupees, 300 rupees, 200 rupees locations. So different locations, and from the ED cell, you are communicating to your students. So students can come and they can book a place. So maybe assume that you are providing three stalls in each of these places. And when I say stalls, it can be, you can make it different. You just give them a table space. And for one day, they're going to try out business. So there was one team of students who came and they said they will do chart services. First year students. I always take ideas, what they want to experiment initially, and allow them to operate. So they operated. At the end of the day, it's not that you operate to make your profit and you go away. You have to come back to the teacher because you'll be given a slip of your profit and loss statement. So maybe I don't know how to prepare a profit and loss statement, but because I'm given that slip, I will start understanding or learning how to prepare it, and I will fill in all the details. And at the end of the day, I'm going to understand whether I made profit or loss. Maybe you sustained a loss. There was one group of students who came and told me, ma'am, we sustained loss. So I said, okay, why did the loss occur? Okay, she comes from Saukarpet, which is a wholesale market. but she failed to, she prepared everything, but she failed to buy her cups and plates and all the other requirements for serving. The serving material, she forgot to buy it from Saukarpet. So she came to Nungambakam, where the college was located, and she went to a posh shop like Landmark to purchase these paper plates and paper cups. So what is the cost here and what is the cost there? And when I'm selling it inside the college, if, say for example, Pani Puri, 6 Pani Puri outside is 20 rupees, I have to give it at a lesser rate, only then students will come and buy mine. If inside the canteen, if it is being sold at 20, and if I am also going to sell it at 20, they're not going to come to me. So I have to sell it at a lesser price. So I have to work out. So what are you going to do? You are going to buy your raw material. You are going to do all the workings beforehand and decide what is it that you are going to, how many in a plate you are going to offer. And what is the ingredients that is going inside? Inside the canteen, they're only giving pani. But I am going to provide for my students, I am going to be different. I am going to provide green grams with pomegranate and pani. So now mine has become innovative. Mine has become healthy. It has become organic. You name it, everything. So now doesn't matter even if I sell it for 25 rupees. Even though inside the campus it is sold for 20. If I'm able to sell it at 18 rupees, nothing like that. I do the calculation and I'm going and sitting and doing it. But these girls made a mistake by buying all these paper plates, which you can get, what you can get for 20 rupees outside, 50 plates. They got each plate at 2 rupees here in a posh store. So that is where, because of which they sustained a loss. Once they understood that, after the discussion, I took information from them. After the discussion, once they understood that, they didn't give up. The next following week, they came once again for a booking. Now this time, they did not take the very posh, the very place where it is crowded for 300 rupees, but they took a place at 100 rupees. Because some had already tasted their food and everybody had given a good feedback about the taste of the food that was being offered by them, the chaat products that was offered by them. Now they knew that they can advertise, they can communicate very effectively to all the audience. So they also took pre-order for the day. They had learned the business. They had learned the business, right? And after that, believe me, my dear students, when they were in college, whenever in Anna University there were events happening, they used to buy the entire food court for 60,000 rupees. Okay? Even when they were a student, they started it in the first year. Once they got themselves equipped with all these skills for the first year, from the second year, whenever in Anna University there was an event happening, a big event happening, where from all over India people come for participation, they used to take the food court by investing 60,000 rupees. They will then break it into small kiosks and give it for double the cost and have 1 or 2 stalls operated by them. What does that mean? 60,000 rupees, I buy the space, the entire food court, and then I sell the partitions of where 20, 30 food operators can operate for a particular price, where they get only the revenue by giving the space, by selling the space with the infrastructure of a shamiana, the table and all that. With that set, which they were able to provide, they were able to make double the revenue, sometimes even 1,80,000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees. And they used to operate 1 or 2 stalls. They know what will be a hit. It might be a biryani stall or it might be XYZ. Now they experimented and they learned. Today, they are all event managers. That team of students who used to do are they run an event management company. And they're doing amazingly well. So this is the experience you got. This is the learning that happens. This is the conversion. You fail, but if you have the desire to make it positive, Never be pulled down, because an entrepreneur, what are the traits of an entrepreneur? Perseverance, persistence, commitment, never give up attitude, belief, confidence. All this makes an entrepreneur to become successful. So as a student, you can become successful. Try out different things. What you will not get. I used to have students who used to get corn from Jaipur because it seems the corn from there is very tasty. And you should see the kind of variety of corns that they used to serve. And in the process, they learned a lot. I used to tell them, you're not supposed to use fire. If you want to use fire, you have to go to the nutrition and dietetics lab. From there, you have to prepare and run and come. They researched and they came up with a technology. Without fire, they were able to do the heating process, which they had already bought from China. So this is the kind of experience that you gauge when you are a student. Okay. So you might think these are examples which are very small, my dear students. But today I have women students who are laying underground cable, who started off as a jewelry designer, who's doing underground cables laying in Hyderabad. There are students who are into construction. There are students who are running a business like Earth Rhythm, where they are providing cosmetic products globally with an international certification as organic product. And she challenges me. She's a commerce student. She challenges me by saying, ma'am, you ask a hardcore chemist to compete with me. I will be able to give better formulas than the chemist. Look at the conviction, confidence, which you're able to bring out. Okay. I have an information technology student who run a business called Spaceteria, because she took interest into interior design. She's an information technology student. She applied technology and used the interior design skill with combining both. Today, she's conducting courses as well as taking up assignments for interior design for construction services. Okay, you name it. And I can tell you, there are spaces where, which is the space that we are not there. Our students are not there. If our students can be, any student can be, because students are students everywhere. It's only the attitude. How do I keep on enabling my skills? Start doing social media marketing for 3 small stores in your own location if you know social media marketing. If you don't know social media marketing, my dear students, equip your skills. Today you have Coursera, you have Udemy, you have, you name it, the Allisons, you have so many platforms in which you can rope up those skills. Acquire the skills. Do social media marketing for your own college, for the departments. Initially do it for free because you will be committing mistakes, and that is the best place to learn. Nowhere else you can commit mistake and learn. If somebody is giving you an employment opportunity to come and work without any pay, go. Doesn't matter. Because your resume will speak about the skill, and that is going to fetch you a higher salary. Without that skill, if you give your resume, it's not going to fetch you anything. You will be placed only in the basic salary. But if you're able to communicate and tell them through your resume that you worked in XYZ places and you did social media marketing, because of which the sales of the product increased or improved, if you're able to show it quantitatively, then your employer is going to say, okay, you are a skilled person, so I will pay you. If it's a fresher, I will be paying 15,000 rupees, but to you, I will pay 25,000 rupees. Okay, because today, when we give entrepreneurial skills, and remember, my dear students, India is booming into a $1 trillion economy, expecting to have around 46 lakh startups by the year 2030. This is the vision with which it is being worked out. Okay. Now, when you are going to be a startup, you're going to get to know through your ED cell what are all the funding facilities available. Startup India, Stand Up India, NEET scheme, UE YGP scheme. Okay. There are so many schemes available. There are so many support systems available. There are so many research institutes available. Can I set up a dry mill inside my campus? I have 100 teachers. I have a community of families living around my college. Can I set up a dry mill today? You invest 10,000 rupees. You have a dry mill setup which you can set up inside your campus, where you can pound flour, wheat, all kinds of millets, chili, dhania. Don't look down on all these businesses today. Everybody wants something which is organic and something which is not duplicated. Okay. People want something without, when I'm buying chili powder, I don't know whether there is brick powder or chili powder. Is there a clay powder or whether it is only chili powder? So can I inside the campus do something which is going to be free from all this unwanted things being added in? Can I set up one and experiment and see? Just 10,000 rupees, go to Coimbatore. There are indigenous makers of these dry mill machine sets, which can be kept in every kitchen. I'm asking you not to keep it in the kitchen, but to set it up inside your campus. 100 teachers can get fresh pounded flour for which you can price it. And you'll be able to recoup the 10,000 rupees in no time. Prepare the proposal. You will understand within what period of time you'll be able to break even. So you will understand real break even by writing a proposal and working on the proposal. Okay. I said it will be two-way, but I was going on talking. How to this extent is your understanding clear? Students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is it? Does it give you an confidence that you will be able to do something?
Definitely, ma'am.
Can you set up a stationery stores? Can you set up a designer fashion jewelry store?
Anything possible, ma'am.
Anything and everything is possible. Anything and everything is possible. When you set up a stationery store, all your college resources required for stationery has to be purchased from you. How do I work on that? How do I communicate? See, you'll be learning a lot of technical writing. How do I approach the paper mill to supply me paper at the mill price, at the wholesaler's price, at the distributor's price? My students were supplying for Tamil Nadu Women's Development Corporation, participating in the tender. I'm not boasting. If they can do, you can also do, because students are students everywhere the same. So how were they able to provide it at a price which was much lesser than what other? There were some stationery stores who used to come and buy stock from us. The reason was because their research was very good. Where do I source my material? Where do I buy pencil? Where do I buy rubber? What started off with 21 products. Today, that small kiosk which I set up those days continues to be there. Today, there are about 150 products available inside that one stationery store. From stationery, they moved into gift items. From gift items, they moved into birthday items for events. Okay, so you have a huge product, and today there are 2 women appointed to work inside that kiosk. It started off as a campus business. So what are you generating? You have started generating employment even in a campus business. Nothing is impossible. You only have to sit and come out of your comfortable, cozy student position. Shamelessly ask for help. Confidently do it. Your parents will also respect you a lot. And take a decision, set your goals. Third semester, when you come in the first year, third semester fee I'm going to pay. I used to have my students writing the check and giving for the college fees. Today, they're all so successful, so happy to see them. No? They're running 3 companies, 4 companies, the 4th company, whatever is the profit made is being contributed for CSR, because they used to be involved in so many social activities. Because I was one person who always embedded them into social activities. They all came from filthy rich families, but then they have to know what is problem, how real life is in the society. So that when they learned or when they got exposed to all that, when they started earning, they had the feeling that they had to share with the community back, give back to the community. Okay? Connect with a lot of people, find out what is missing in Tirunelveli, which is there in Bombay, which is there in Delhi, which is there in Calcutta, which is there in Chennai. How can I make Tirunelveli people feel happy with all the resources? I don't say Tirunelveli is dearth of anything. If at all you think we are all in the rural area, they are all in the urban area, needs are the same. Maybe it takes a little later to come, but how do I make it possible to come earlier? Find out what is the resource which is in Tirunelveli, which other parts of Tamil Nadu does not have. How do I take it to them? As an institution, you work from that space. Because you are connected with so many institutions across today with the hub and spoke model. Take a leap forward. Photography. That's another great thing. Are you a good photographer? Recently, I think for one of the occasions, we had to fix up a photographer, right? And during the conversation, I realized that that boy was a civil engineer. I said, how did you land up in photography? You know what he said? When I was a student, I used to be a photographer for Anand Vigadan. And I used to be the best, I got the best photographer award. And today, you know what is the price he charges for covering one wedding? Minimum 5 lakhs. Minimum 5 lakhs. Their effort is for 4 to 5 days. And when I was sitting and talking to him, I was amazed with the kind of developments that has happened in the field of photography. The kind of paper that is used, that in the past and today, the ease at which it can be shared with the community. You don't have to show, you'll have the feel of looking at the album digitally as though you were turning a page. To that extent, technology has advanced. So once you enter into the field, and I asked how many people are working with you? He said 24 people directly, and there are many people in different places working with me indirectly. So if that is your interest area, if your interest is into touring to places, you can become a person who will only give information on locations for shooting. When I say shooting, it not necessarily does not mean only to the film industry. It can also be today, you know, marriages have become totally different. There is a pre-shooting and post-shooting which is happening. Can I provide them with information on locations inside Tirunelveli itself? There'll be so many places which not everybody knows, which you can cover and share, and you'll be able to take that information. If are you good in, I get back to the same point, are you good in painting and drawing? That painting and drawing can become design resources for textile, Okay. That painting and drawing can become design resources for web pages as templates. So nothing of your skill. So what you have to do? Sit one full day, introspect. What are all my skills? List it out. Pick out one or two. Find out to what extent you are skilled in it. Does it require anything in addition for it to be sold for a value? Build up that additional requirement and then market it to one person and see. Maybe you'll find your passion destiny. Maybe that passion destiny will carry you to become an entrepreneur. Right? So, my dear students, anything and everything. Today, internationally, the kanji that we drink at home, which we think, if mommy gives kanji, oh, yesterday's rice remaining has been given to me. Today it is bottled and prized and kept in big restaurants for sale. Can I find out whether I can speak to people, old grandmothers, of the different nutritious food that they prepared in the past? Can a team of students join together, prepare that and market it and see? With the requirement of today, what is the ingredients that has gone? If I consume this, how many calories will I be adding? Or how many calories will I be shedding? That makes the difference. Can I have, okay, in Tirunelveli, people are not able to, women are not able to go to a lot of gyms. Can I have a gym on wheel? Can I have it operative in my campus with a few equipments? Can that become a campus business? Can I move it to different places? Can I take school children on excursions inside Tirunelveli itself? Can I have an excursion business happening for school children? I'm a person who knows yoga. If I know it, can I teach yoga? First start like that with small things. Then you will find you'll be moving towards bigger activities. I am not good in doing something like this, but I'm good at trading. Can I tie up with Pothis or with anybody? Buy goods from, take goods from them at the wholesale price and sell it on my campus or sell it through WhatsApp. Experiment and see. Do a campus business and see. You will learn how to do financial management, how to do the sales. Okay? Can I learn to do cosmetics, which are handmade? Protecting a lot of people who are in need. So this way, there is huge number of ideas that can be implemented. Can I set up a small garden inside my campus where I'm cultivating only greens, and there is another team of students who are washing and cutting that greens and giving for immediate preparation? So if there is a hostel and if there is space, can the hostel students jointly run a garden, organic garden? And then you will realize and do your research about agriculture in Israel. Lot of ideas you'll get. From there, maybe then using the technology people, using sensors. Maybe you will start realizing for agriculture, how technology can be used with the water system. Even if you are going to go back to your native place during your vacation, you can water the plants from your mobile phone. You can communicate to your gardener to provide the nutrition required. Using a sensor, you will be able to assess what is the nutrition that is available in the soil and what more nutrition needs to be provided. That is where you will start building technology. And what you build for your small garden can become useful for the agriculturist. How am I going to reduce the solid waste which is accumulating? Can I come up with innovative ideas to resolve this problem? How are we going to make our own institution free from plastic? Can I come up with products which are substitute for plastics? It can be a paper bag. It can be a jute bag. It can be a cloth bag. It can be designer cloth bag. And the same thing can be supplied to all the big stores in your area. It can be a wholesome manufacturing which can happen inside your campus. With 20, 30 students sitting and doing the stitching, it becomes an earn while you learn. 3 people can start the business, but you need more students to work. They will come and work here. Like employee, you start paying them for the number of hours of work that they are putting and the number of units of products that they are manufacturing. You can start with a paper bag unit. With paper, you can make so many designer products. We offer training in that. And those designer products can even be sold per whole thing. Handbook can be sold even for 1,000 rupees. Sivagasi is very close by to you, from where you can get all the raw material. So there are so many things, right? I'm talking about small things. You will start with small. You will build your confidence of selling. You will build your confidence of identifying resources. You will build your confidence of packaging. Now, all these skills will get developed, and over a period of time, by the time you come out of the college, there'll be a lot of mentoring, hand-holding, all that can happen. You will start understanding where the loan facility is. Now you go and get connected with MSME. You will be finding a lot of proposals which are already researched and it is available. Now maybe you will start a business. For that, you also know where the funding is available. But here you have built in, by doing small business activity, you've built in the confidence, yes, I can do. So the first thing that you have to break is my attitude, not to wait till I finish my graduation. My attitude, not to take my bag and go back home. The bed will be calling you, come and sleep. The television will call you, come and sit and waste your time in front of me. Now throw away all that and you are going to do something constructive. You're going to brainstorm, you're going to talk, you're going to discuss, you're going to decide. You're going to write a proposal. Technical writing starts over there. You don't know how to do it. You go and research and you get the information. You talk to people and you find out and get the information. In exam, you must have written about sole proprietary business, partnership, mutual fund, all that you would have written. Public, private company, LLP. Now you really want to start something on that lines. Don't invest on making all that, but imagine that it is a partnership firm. Imagine that it is a private limited company. You ask people to contribute. You do not want to put the entire investment. Make it a private limited company. Ask your friends to invest in that business. Okay. So try out all these models. My set of stationary students who started, 3 students started. At the end of when they were leaving, one of the students came and said, ma'am, when I start a business, I will only do it independently. I've learned that I am not cut out for a partnership business. What a wonderful learning. I cannot invest 10 lakh rupees after my education when I really want to start a business, join with somebody, burn my finger, lose my 10 lakh rupees, and then decide I'm not cut out for partnership. When I'm in college itself, I've learned I'm not fit for a partnership business with just 500 rupees or even less than that investment. Right? So a lot of learning can happen on campus. So my dear students, take the best help from all your teachers. They will be, even if they are not having the information, they will be able to garner information for you. There are so many experts who will be visiting your college. Go and talk to them, ask questions. I'm repeatedly saying, keep on questioning. Have that curiosity trigger always up. Keep your antenna open. Whatever you learn in this period, somebody beautifully explained about education. What is education? That which remains in your mind. Whatever you must have learned a lot of things. You learned geography. Do you remember everything? No. If you remember the few names of rivers, or you at least know that there are rivers, there are mountains, there are glaciers, etc., that is what you've learned. Whatever remains, if you are able to remember, that is education. So when you learn it with experience, by doing, okay? By doing, when I know, I am able to recall more and more number of times. I hear, I forget. When I hear, I just forget. But when I do, I'm able to remember. So experience it. Even if you're doing something which has caused failure, you will remember that this will give you failure. You will never do it again. So that is what you are getting inside the campus. And this is all about entrepreneurship. Okay. So this can be done with just a 2-stool. It can be done. We have outbound games. From the college, ask your teachers to give you permission to go outside and do business. And see, with the public, now you're inside, you're able to do, out of 3,000 students, you were able to attract 300 students to come and make a purchase. Okay, out of 3,300 students have become your customers. And you sold to each student to the tune of, say, for example, to 300 students, you sold to the tune of 10 rupees each. How much did you make? 3,000 rupees you made. You invested 1,000 rupees. You made a profit of 2,000 rupees. Okay. In a day, you've made so much of money. Just imagine the next time when you're doing, or you're going to do it as a 1-week business and see, experiment and see, or you're going to make it as a standalone kiosk running throughout the year. You decide what you want to do. Whatever be the business. It need not be a business for outsiders. It can be only business for my students, focusing on my students' need. It can be a business focusing not on my students, but for the outsiders. But I'm publicizing it through my college, which people are relying and willing to come and purchase it from me. Tender coconut has come with technology. Tender coconut, fresh tender coconut. It has come with the technology. As a vending machine. And the vending machine, I am deciding whether I want 300 ml or 100 ml tender coconut water. I can tie up and set up that vending machine inside my campus if the service is available in that area. Otherwise, I can find out in similar ways what product can I set up a vending machine. Or with my mechanical engineering department, can I design a vending machine for a particular service? Minute, I'll just. Yes, my dear students, have you understood? So come away from shift your attitude, hone a lot of skills. Wherever there is a gap, all the knowledge that you have already acquired, apply it into and convert it into a skill rather than having it only as a knowledge. And try out with different, maybe in the first year you can try one business, second year you can try a different business, third year you can try a different business, and in the 3 years you will know which is your passion area. There's a wonderful opportunity. As I told you, you have a lot of customers already there. Convert them into your consumers. You can do manufacturing, you can do trading, or you can do also a social business. You can become a social entrepreneur or you can become a commercial entrepreneur. Try to understand what are all the resources available through the government. By the time you leave, you'll be equipped with all that information. And once you're equipped with all that information, it's going to become easy when you go out of college to decide whether you want to set up your own business or whether you want to go and work for some. Even if you work for somebody else, you'll be a smart person. The reason is because you have faced challenges already. And your resume is going to be highly presentable because you're going to speak about, you started a business and you failed. I spent so many hours every day. I failed and I know why I failed. I won and I reinvested. You can also do stock trading, online trading. Okay, limited investment, so that when you are earning money, you will know how to spread your earnings, how you're going to protect yourself without spending everything. What should I put in fixed deposit? What should I put in stock? Learning stock trading when you are a student is going to be very useful for you for the future, for your financial planning. Go and communicate about financial planning to uneducated people. You will become thorough with all that. That's the best way to, educate yourself. Go and teach people. And then you will start knowing, oh my God, so many ways are there. Watch a lot of videos. Today, the entire knowledge is in your palm. You use the internet, every resource is available. You want to meet Warren Buffett? He's there. You want to meet Steve Jobs? He's there. You want to meet Elon Musk? He's there. Who is not there? You want to meet Narayana Murthy? He's also there. Everybody is available. So, attitude. I only have to decide whether I need to sit and watch all this, spend time understanding all this, learn how to write a business model, learn how to write a business proposal. All that I'm equipping myself now. Do I have to know how much it costs to develop a logo? What is patenting? Everything can be experienced when you are a student. And when you're a student, when you go to patent a particular idea, the cost of patenting is much, much lesser than when you go and do it when you go outside the campus, off the campus. When you're a student and when you do, the price is less and the support system is huge. So how do I take advantage of all that? Sometimes I don't even have to produce products. I can only come with designs. So just imagine what kind of designs you can create for different problems. Today, design thinking is playing a big role. Biomimicry. What is it that I can learn from animals, plants? From that, how do I create a technology? Go and do a little bit of research about biomimicry. That's an exclusive session by itself. And you'll be amazed at the number of products which are being developed based on nature, learning from the nature. So can I conduct such events in my campus? You have to think. Okay, so there's no dearth of ideas. There's no dearth. You only need to challenge yourself, come from your cushy seat and take that challenge. And if you're going to do that, the entire college is your space and it is easily convertible into an ecosystem where you will be learning business. Is there anything more that you want? Any question, you are ready to charge me out. Hope you understood and hope it has given you some confidence that you will be able to do. Yes, Dr. Lowards.
Ma'am.
Yes, sir.
The session was wonderful, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have explained everything and you gave a lot of examples out of your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And nothing is impossible is what I learned. And if the students are able to put their mind, and we as teachers, if we are able to support them.
Yeah.
You know, and not differentiating whether they are good in studies or not good in studies. If that is going to happen, if the mindset of the teachers are also shifting towards that, it's going to be a great journey for the students.
Thank you so much, man. Such an inspiring, motivating students. You have touched upon all the branches.
Choosing entrepreneurship, definitely they will.
Yeah. Now they have to stand in the crossroad and take a decision.
Choosing entrepreneurship, they may enjoy.
Yes. And this is the right time, you know, because there's so much of funding. There's so much of funding available. And there are so many good minds who are willing to invest on them also. You know, and there are some people who are also saying that doesn't matter if it's a small investment, if the students are learning and even if they're failing, doesn't matter. So to that extent, the environment is very conducive. It's only for us to come up with good ideas. It might be small, but it has to be a workable idea, acceptable idea, scalable idea, a sustainable idea. Any questions from the students?
Dear students, you should be more lucky enough to have such a person amongst us and guide you people. So it's your time to interact with the guest speaker. Please come on, students. And there is so much of takeaway from your session. I just keep on noting it. There is so much of takeaway, very motivating.
And also involve the parents, Subbalakshmi. Involve the parents, because the parents will give them, that will give a lot of confidence for the parents. You know, sometimes they think it's only employment. But when they see the children doing, when they are also involved in it, when you have programs even for the parents, you will start understanding that the parents are able to see the bigger picture better.
Right now, we are starting with the ecosystem. We just found the right person. I think, like another time, we move on with the proper scale. Startup is so good. We find it more motivated, energized, highest synergy that we can do with your talk. I really find most motivated and inspired with your talk. I hope so, the students as well. I think the students can interact so that it will be much more.
Yeah, I want the students. Let them not think it is a stupid question. There's nothing like a stupid question. That might be the most encouraging question.
Yeah, I can take it from yours itself. Shamelessly ask for help, you said. So, of course.
I have a question.
Yes, Raskin.
What if we have a startup idea and don't have financial support?
What if I have a startup idea and I don't have financial support? You have to apply for Startup India Fund. I think under NEED scheme, you have a funding. You have your friends and relatives to fund, provided the idea is good. Provided the idea is sustainable. Provided you are clear with what the idea is going to bring for you, who your customers are, when will you break even, what is the rate at which the business will grow, who are your competitors. This is where I say you must be clear with your business model canvas. You must be clear with your business plan. Only when you write your plan, only when you are prepared with your business model canvas, you will understand. Now you might think, you'll be you have to be, one more attitude is you must be unbiased. Because it's my idea, I might think this idea is the good idea or the best idea. So talk it out with people to get the confirmation whether this is a good idea. They will ask you 120 questions to put you down. But if you are so confident, you will answer all the questions to drive them, the information into them, that you are well aware about what are all the problems you will be facing, what are all the competitions you'll be facing, what are all the difficulties you will have, but yet you will be able to overcome all that. In business, we might say, you'll be able to make, see, what I want to earn is my decision. Whether I want to fix up 1 crore, 2 crore, 100 rupees, 200, even in a one-day business, you have to decide, this evening, I'm investing 100 rupees. This evening, I must have 1,000 rupees in my hand. What does that mean? If I had spent 100 rupees in making a product, I should have earned 1,100 to remove that 100 rupees and get to the decision that I had made in the morning that I need to keep in my pocket 1,000 rupees, which is profit. So for that, I should have had a plan about who are all going to be my customers. In that customer list that I'm building, if I know that 10% of them are not going to come, who is that 10% who will be filling in? I must have a reserve. For every day, I must be planned to meet my contingency. My working capital, you'll understand what is working capital. When you do a one-day business or when you do a campus business, you will understand what is the working capital requirement. Okay, so where do I get my money? Maybe even your teachers will be giving you money, will be willing to invest in you, provided your idea is good. You have customers for that idea. And it is sustainable. Today, everything is becoming disruptive. Just take the example of your music. You had iPod, iTunes, XYZ, Spotify, made it not possible. Today, Spotify has taken the market. So every day, everything is becoming disruptive. In that disruptive market, how am I going to, is there space for scalability growth? Or is my idea going to be stagnated? My dear boy, money is around me everywhere. Okay? Go and discuss with your professors. Let them come back. They will know where the funding is available. If not, they will ask and they will be able to guide you where it is available. So money is not at all a problem today. Money is there everywhere, and Tirunelveli is rich enough to provide that money also. Right? So don't worry about that. Did you speak your idea to your father, first of all? That is the problem. Speak, discuss. Keep the very important secret ingredient alone with you. All the other matters you can discuss. Don't discuss with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Discuss with, you must have a mentor. And that mentor can be your teacher, or the mentor can be a person which your ED cell is appointing. First, take confidence in your institution and in your professors and in your department or in the ED cell so that they will be able to handhold you and guide you. Money is available. You go to Indian Bank, If you want 50,000 rupees, go to Indian Bank, Andhra Bank, any nationalized bank, or even today, even the private bank. Yeah. From 50,000 rupees to 10 lakh rupees, our money is available in the Startup India scheme, in the Stand Up India scheme for women. From 10 lakh to 1 crore is available. So money is never a problem. You only need to have the good idea. When I say good, I'm not using the word good idea. I'm using the word an idea which is scalable and sustainable. Ruskin, can I hear from you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you have an idea?
Yes. Ma'am, I have many ideas.
You have many ideas.
Hmm?
When you have many ideas, you boil it down to 1 or 2 ideas and then fix it up with one idea.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome. Anybody else?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Maria Rajan.
Nothing, no idea.
No idea. Anybody else? Any question? First, I want all the students to build your skills to ask questions. தயவு செஞ்சு கேள்வி கேளுங்க. தமிழ்நாடு முன்னேறணும்னா we should start asking questions. Yes, yes. Yes. I can hear. Tell me.
Oh, ma'am, actually, I have heard like there's a subsidy for bank loans for
Yeah.
entrepreneurship
Yeah.
and these things. How can we avail that, and how much is that?
For each of the scheme, under which scheme you come, accordingly subsidy is available. Don't look at all the subsidy and go for any business. Okay. See whether you are having a good idea. That's all. If you have an idea, under which scheme you're taking, there are subsidy, even 25% subsidy, which means if you take a loan of 100 rupees, it's enough if you return back 75 rupees. 25 rupees comes to you as subsidy. If you take 1 lakh rupees, 75,000 rupees, it's enough if you pay. 25,000 becomes your subsidy. There is under UEYGP scheme also you have unemployed youth scheme. Okay. So the subsidy, will they give it to me immediately before when I take the loan? No. That is one. And secondly, for any loan that you take, there will be a personal contribution which you will have to make. That varies from 10 to 20%. In the latest policy, it has been reduced. And under some schemes, you have to provide collateral security. First of all, you must have created a relationship with your banker. Just using the ATM card and swiping it and taking money is not going to give any information about your credibility to the banker. So spend some time, even do it as a research activity, going and talking to the banker itself as a research activity, to the bank manager. One small case study, go and do with your bank manager. What loans he has given, you will understand what kind of loans they have given. So will my idea fetch a loan? That my idea will fetch a loan, you will start understanding. And more number of times you meet your bank manager and you have a bank account and which is operative, you will start understanding. The manager will start building confidence in you that you have some interest. Otherwise, where will the banker give you money? Because he doesn't know you at all. Yes, Emerson, have I answered your question? Yes. Anybody else?
Ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, Abhinesh.
Yes, ma'am. I'm finally triple department. What is the attitude I need to become an entrepreneur, ma'am?
Attitude? I want to be a winner is an attitude.
Wow.
I believe that I will succeed is an attitude. Attitude, I don't know anything, but I want to learn is an attitude. Okay? I must put in that extra time and effort is an attitude. Too much of homework is there, ma'am, is an attitude. I'll have to, in spite of me having too much of homework, in spite of me having an assignment, in spite of me having an exam, if I have to go and meet a person that day, I must know how to manage it. Being prepared is an attitude, not waiting till the exam comes. And because of which, and that day you're having a nice talk by a very efficient person. Can I say tomorrow I have an exam, I have to prepare for the exam, so I cannot go and sit for the talk? My attitude should be whatever it is, I will go and sit for it. Tonight without sleeping, I will study 1 extra hour. Just because I sat for the talk, can I miss out my exam? That also is not an entrepreneur. Actually, the role of the entrepreneur educator is very high. I was able to bring all my students in tune with academic. That's why I strongly say even a failure student will become a successful student the moment he becomes a part of the ED cell. The reason is because he starts seeing success here. Now, if he has to be presented among all other students, he also has to prove in his academics. And the moment we start following up that, initially, after that, we don't have to follow. He himself will automatically fall into the group. So my dear boy, these are all the attitudes that you have to change. Okay? The attitude to get up early and read and learn. The attitude to go and work and experience work. These are the attitude changes. And all this at the end will, what will happen? You will become a good leader. All this will develop the leadership skills. Every day you say you're getting up. You know, actually the purpose of an evening college used to be, yesterday only I realized this, you know, the purpose of an evening college used to be that morning will be put to effective use by the student. I was watching this week, Nia Nana, the relationship between the father and the child. And the father says, I get irritated when I see my son sleeping in the morning. And the son is saying, my college is only at 12 o'clock. What if I sleep till 11 o'clock? What is wrong? That was the time when I realized, oh my God, people have misunderstood the concept of evening college. The purpose of evening college is for you to go and work in the morning or learn something additionally in the morning, not for you to sleep. So the moment the attitude is, I want to do something more. I suppose I start a business in campus business. I belong to the evening, assume I belong to the evening college or I belong to the day college. Every day, every student is going to go home at 2 o'clock. Can I close down my kiosk at 2 o'clock and go back home? No, I will stay back. The reason is because I have hostel students, I have the administrative staff, I have the teaching staff on campus. I can fix up my kiosk in such a way that in the morning it is facing the college, in the evening I open another door and it is facing the community. I have to come with the innovative ideas that way. Yes or no? Is it possible or not possible? So can I go home at 2 o'clock? So what has happened? My attitude that my college gets over at 2 o'clock is cut off. My attitude that I'll go home and, you know, fall onto the bed and sleep for some time is cut off. I know how to use, you will start feeling, oh my God, 24 hours is not sufficient for me. In 24 hours, I will start preparing a checklist and I will start working. 2 hours for this, 2 hours for this, 1 hour for this. Today, somehow I have to meet this manager and come. So much of planning goes in. Okay. Start doing a blog. The moment you start a campus business, even if you don't know how to write a blog, start writing a blog. Even if you have not maintained a diary, start maintaining a diary. And you will enjoy it. Okay. So these are the shifts in the attitude. My attitude is attitude to learn. I'm in college. Let me finish my 3 years or 4 years of study. This time, whatever is being spent is my father's responsibility. Don't think that. Change that attitude. Even if you don't pay your fees, doesn't matter. Your father will pay. He will do it. But if you're going to go and tell him, Dad, I've saved this kind of money, maybe your father will say, continue to save it. When you want to start a business, that becomes your investment. My dear students, I've had students who used to participate in competitions, win money, save that money, and today there is a team of boys and girls who are running a robotic company. Okay, and that they started with 60,000 rupees each. 4 people invested. Each of that 60,000 which was invested was the money earned from competitions. That should be the attitude. Be hungry. Be hungry to learn, to try, to fail. Because without failing, you cannot see success. If failure is going to push you, there are so many people committing suicide. Why? Because they've not learned how to accept failure. Learn to fail. In life, there's so much to see. In personal life, in occupational life, in all this, you will see failure. How do you face that failure? Learn to meditate, learn to do yoga, learn to laugh, learn to draw during when you're getting irritated. There's so many ways to come out of it. All this you will learn in entrepreneurship. That's the beauty of it, because that's why we say entrepreneurship not for making money, not for doing business. It's a way of life. It's just a way of life. Hope I've answered your question. I think it was Abhinesh's question, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
You
Thank
got
you.
the answer?
Yes, ma'am. I got your answer, ma'am.
Abhinesh,
Another question I had.
Yeah, tell me.
Is politeness is important to be an entrepreneur? Politeness.
Of course, you have to be polite. Politeness, you ask politeness.
Yes, ma'am. I'm asking politeness.
Yes, you have to be polite. Where you have to get aggressive, you have to get aggressive.
That's the point I'm asking, ma'am.
Yeah.
I need to be aggressive in the place I need to be aggressive. Right, ma'am?
You have to be aggressive where you have to be aggressive, but that aggressive should not become impolite.
Yeah. Okay, that's the manner I'm asking you. Thank you.
And believe me, my dear friends, believe me one thing. If you are going to become entrepreneurial, and if you're going to carry back all the information about entrepreneurship which you're getting and sharing it with your parents, you will also be helping them to become entrepreneurs, which they were not able to achieve because of the commitments of the family, and they are unaware of so many other information. Say, for example, the Mudra scheme. Your mother might be wanting to have been a woman entrepreneur. Because of children, she was not able to do it. You started, she will carry on with the business. Every banker, whoever possesses an Aadhaar card and a bank account, are eligible for this 50,000 rupees. Okay? So, go and share all this information with your family, with your community. This is the biggest CSR a student can do. Educational social responsibility. You call it ESR also. Yes, Abhinesh, I think you had another question. I stopped you from speaking. Yes?
No, I was cleared with your talks, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Welcome. All the best. Yes, and anybody else?
Guys.
Anybody else?
Guys, is there anybody? I think there are no more questions.
Okay, fine. Wonderful. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your inspiration, motivation speech. And at this point, I am reminded of Shankar, who actually gave gave information about you. So I must be thankful to him as well for having introduced me to you. Okay, we have immense pleasure and greatly inspired by your approach, ma'am. Yes, we have so much of takeaways from this webinar, and even students would have. And we find we teachers would also should have some kind of an interaction with you, so that we can also have an entrepreneur teaching students.
We'll conduct one FTP exclusively for your faculty. We'll do one nice program.
Yes,
because what has to be spoken to the faculty is a little different than what has to be spoken to the students.
But we have been into academics, so I think a kind of knowledge sharing from your side will certainly help us also to motivate our students much more than what we have been doing now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lewis. Thank you, Subbalakshmi ma'am, and to the management as well, and to the HOD and all the students. It was a wonderful morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir, for your presence till the end of the session. Thank you all participants for your presence. I've been I've been throughout this session. Thank you so much, participants. Please fill this feedback form. Just post it in the link. Okay, and you'll be receiving your certificates shortly within today. We are working out. If not, you can just contact us for any inquiries.
Ma'am, on the feedback form,
Form is not open.
Okay, thank you, students. Kindly fill the feedback form, and you can get your certificate shortly. Okay, so thank you for the participation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lourdes Bhopal and Ryan, sir. Thank you for your patience for listening this webinar. Thank you.